Now to a mysterious case unfolding in Oklahoma tonight. A 911 call coming in overnight, no voice heard on it.
Broken Arrow 911. Broken Arrow 911. Hello?
Imagine the fear and desperation of a young girl, her voice trembling as she whispers for help into the phone. It's a quiet night in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, when a 911 operator receives a call that would change everything.
Hello? Hi, where are you at?
Broken Arrow, Oklahoma 7411.
What address?
709 Magnolia Court.
Okay. Are you the only one there?
No, my brother's attacking my family.
Your dad is attacking your family?
No, my brother. He has an idea stealing me. Oh, millions of people now.
Okay, who's attacking your family?
What?
Who's attacking your family?
Yes.
Who is it? Do they have...
Her words barely audible over the sound of chaos in the background. What happened inside this seemingly peaceful home to provoke such a desperate cry for help? As officers race to the scene, they brace themselves for the unknown. But nothing could have prepared them for the nightmare they were about to uncover. The front door swings open, revealing a house that had once been filled with laughter and love, now silent and drenched in an unspeakable horror. What drives siblings to the brink of such unfathomable actions? How does a family bound by blood and love fall to pieces in such a tragic and brutal way? Join us as we delve into the chilling story of the Bever family and the events that led to that fateful 911 call. This is a tale of lost innocence, unimaginable heartache, and the desperate fight for survival. Stay with us as we uncover the dark truths and haunting questions that linger in the aftermath of the Bever family tragedy. This is a story you won't soon forget. Welcome to Broken Arrow, nestled in the heart of America. Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, is a city rich with history and community spirit. Originally an agricultural hub, Broken Arrow has blossomed into a thriving suburban community. Its growth from farmlands to a modern city with big businesses reflects the broader American story of development. Known for its friendly neighborhoods and family-oriented culture, Broken Arrow was named the 11th safest city in America in 2021, making it an attractive place for families to settle down and thrive. The city's scenic beauty is accentuated by its proximity to the Arkansas River, providing residents with picturesque views and ample opportunities for outdoor activities. The combination of historical charm and modern convenience makes Broken Arrow a unique and inviting place to live. Among its 110,000 residents, the Bever family called Broken Arrow home. Living at 709 Magnolia Court, the Bever family was large, with 9 members: David, April, and their 7 children: Robert, Michael, Daniel, Christopher, Victoria, Crystal, and Autumn. Their spacious house near the southern end of Broken Arrow was a necessity for their big family, providing ample space for homeschooling and family gatherings. The Bever family resided in the serene suburban city of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, a place known for its family, friendly atmosphere, and rich history. David, the patriarch, was 52 years old and worked as a technical consultant for HE Enterprise Services. His wife, April, aged 44, was not only a homemaker, but also the dedicated educator of their 7 children, whom she homeschooled. David and April married young in 1987 when April was just 15 years old. Their family grew to include Robert, 18, Michael, 16, Crystal, 13, Daniel, 12, Christopher, 7, Victoria, 5, and the youngest Autumn, who was just 2 years old in 2015. The Bever household was bustling with activity and children, making their large home on Magnolia Court a necessity. Despite their large family, the Bevers were known to be quite reclusive. Friends and neighbors described them as generally quiet, preferring to keep to themselves rather than engage with the broader community. This insularity extended into their household, where the children were homeschooled and had limited interaction with the outside world. April, the matriarch, found a connection to the outside world through her active presence on Reddit, where she posted under the username Oakamom. She was passionate about getting her children interested in web design, wanting them to be technologically savvy. In her online posts, she described herself in 3 words: tired, happy, and blessed. Robert, the eldest son, sought an escape through YouTube. Under the alias Cult Empire, he posted videos that hinted at his dark humor and unsettling interests. During the summer of 2014, Robert worked at a religious call center, using his earnings to amass an arsenal of weapons, including machetes, black masks, Kevlar vests, gloves, and knives. Despite these alarming purchases, April dismissed her daughter Crystal's concerns about Robert and Michael's increasingly strange behavior with a nonchalant "boys will be boys." This seemingly innocuous phrase belied the brewing storm within the Bever household. The family's story took a tragic turn in July 2015, forever changing the lives of those within and the perception of safety in Broken Arrow itself. On a warm summer night in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, a call pierced the stillness that would forever shatter the peace of the suburban community. At approximately 11:30 p.m. on July 22, 2015, the Broken Arrow Police Department received a frantic 911 call from 12-year-old Daniel Bever. His words were urgent and terrifying. His brother was attacking their family. The call was a cacophony of screams and turmoil, ending abruptly as the line went dead. Police were dispatched to the Bever residence at 709 Magnolia Court. The scene that awaited them was one of immediate and unsettling dread. The front of the house was marked by blood, a grim indicator of the horror within. Officers, upon hearing a faint cry for help, breached the door to find a scene that would haunt even the most seasoned among them. Inside, they discovered 13-year-old Crystal Bever, her body bearing the brutal evidence of an attack, with multiple stab wounds. She was quickly extracted from the house, and, despite her critical injuries, provided the police with a crucial lead. It was her brothers, Robert and Michael, who had orchestrated this nightmare. As the officers moved through the house, the full scope of the tragedy unfolded. Daniel, along with his parents and 2 other siblings, lay lifeless, each succumbing to the violence inflicted upon them. The youngest 2-year-old Autumn was found unscathed, a beacon of innocence amidst the chaos. The Bever home, once filled with the sounds of a large family, was now a silent testament to the atrocity that had occurred. Knives, hatchets, and other bladed weapons were scattered throughout, alongside protective gear, signaling a premeditated assault of unspeakable cruelty. Crystal, though grievously wounded, would survive. She recounted the harrowing details to the authorities, how she had been lured under false pretenses and then viciously attacked. Her resilience in the face of such brutality was profound as she underwent surgery and began the long road to recovery. The question that loomed heavy in the air was the whereabouts of the perpetrators, Robert and Michael. The back door of the house stood ajar, suggesting their flight. The police, aided by canine units, didn't have to search long. The brothers were found in the woods behind their home, their attempt at escape having failed. Items discarded from their violent spree littered the path to their hiding spot. Robert Davis Bever and Michael John Bever, 2 brothers from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, transformed from unassuming homeschooled students into the architects of a crime that would send shockwaves through their community and the nation. Born on September 17, 1996, and November 4, 1998, respectively. The Bever brothers were raised in a household that was outwardly quiet and reclusive, a family that rarely interacted with neighbors or the world outside their doors. The Bever home was a fortress of isolation, where the children's education and socialization were strictly controlled. Neighbors knew little of the family, and it was only after the tragedy that the full names of the Bever clan became known to many. The brothers, particularly Robert and Michael, exhibited behaviors that neighbors would later recall as strange and unsettling. Beneath the surface of homeschooling and seclusion, a darker narrative was unfolding. Defense attorneys and testimonies would later reveal a household rife with abuse. Crystal Bever, a surviving sibling, testified to the physical and verbal abuse at the hands of their father, David Bever. Robert himself claimed that both parents were abusive and would often speak of the biblical Armageddon as a form of retribution for all they despised in the world. The brothers' descent into infamy was marked by a chilling confession.
So everybody that you killed and every single stab wound that you inflicted, we're going to know about. And this is your last chance to just kind of let us know, to be honest, to man up and tell us exactly what you did and start making it right.
I hit Christopher. I did not stab Victoria with Daniel.
You did not stab Victoria.
I tried to stab Mom.
You stabbed your mom.
When she was walking away, I tried to go for her neck, but,
Is that when you cut yourself then?
yeah, I think after that.
Where did you stab her?
I tried to go from behind the car, but
Did you cut her?
I think so, yeah.
Robert admitted to planning the familicide with his brother Michael, a plot they had been concocting for some time. Their ambitions were macabre and grandiose, aiming to embark on a killing spree that would surpass the notoriety of the Columbine and Aurora massacres.
Just tell me what plans you started making and coming up with.
Well, originally, I think Con stayed steady throughout the month. So we went to live in the house first. Like he let himself get arrested and so like getting a major shootout and dying from the police is because he wanted to see the aftermath.
Because you mentioned a couple names of, are those like serial killers or something?
Well, like Columbine.
Yeah.
Columbine and James Egan Holmes. James Egan Holmes is a guy that shot up the theater.
In Colorado?
Yeah, he killed 12 and
Wow.
They envisioned a grim aftermath involving dismembering their families' bodies, concealing them in storage bins within the attic, and then continuing their rampage to achieve a staggering body count. Robert's fascination with serial killers was not hidden. He openly admired them and aspired to leave a mark of terror far beyond Oklahoma. He dreamed of a body count reaching into the hundreds. On YouTube, under the alias Cult Empire, Robert shared content about Minecraft and skits, a stark contrast to the sinister plans he harbored. He even contemplated creating 2 videos post-massacre, one showcasing their slain family, intended for the eyes of law enforcement, and another sanitized version for the public domain. The Bever brothers were quickly apprehended, hiding in the woods behind their home. As the arrest photos would later reveal, Robert exhibited a chilling pride in his actions, while Michael appeared more subdued. The investigation that followed would uncover a meticulously planned massacre, driven by a dark and twisted ambition. Robert confessed to the crime, revealing that he and Michael had been planning the murders for some time. Their goal was not only to kill their family, but to embark on a cross-country killing spree, hoping to surpass the infamy of the Columbine and Aurora massacres. They intended to dismember their families' bodies, store them in the attic, and then move on to their next targets, aiming for a body count of at least 50 people. Robert's police interview was never released, but Michael's statements provided a harrowing glimpse into their plan. In the interview, Michael admitted to stabbing their 9-year-old brother Christopher, who was still alive and screaming at the time. He also recounted how they lured their sibling out of hiding by pretending to be under attack.
And Daniel was in his room, which is down the hall, and I was like, let me.
How old's Daniel?
I think he's 12.
Okay.
And I was like, let me in, and he let me in. He was sitting there on the phone with the police. I grabbed the phone, which is my phone, got my phone. And I ran into the kitchen, I smashed the underground. And and Daniel and Christopher locked himself in the bathroom, Daniel locked himself in Dad's office.
Okay.
And then I finally got both of them to open the door, because they thought I wanted in there.
But they were in different rooms?
Yeah, they're right next to each other. Right?
Oh, I see.
And then Robert went in and stabbed him, and they went in and stabbed Christopher. That's when I stabbed Christopher.
The brothers' detailed plans were stored on a flash drive, which police retrieved during a second search of the home. This drive contained the blueprint of their massacre, including the proposed creation of 2 videos. One showing the bodies of their family for law enforcement and another sanitized version for public consumption. Detectives discovered a cache of weapons and protective gear inside the Bever home. Items included a hatchet, knives, darts, a surgical blade, bulletproof vests, a black mask, shin guards, wireless cameras, and computers. It was revealed that Robert had taken a job at a religious call center to fund their arsenal, which included ordering ammunition and arranging for firearms to be delivered to a local gun shop. On July 23, 2015, a shipment of 3,000 rounds of ammunition arrived at Magnolia Court, now a crime scene. This chilling detail underscored the brothers' deadly intent and the scale of their planned violence. The Bever brothers were arraigned in court on August 3, 2015, where they pleaded not guilty to the charges filed against them. The initial preliminary hearing was set for October 28, 2015, but this date was changed multiple times, first to October 9, then to January 22, 2016, and finally to February 23, 2016. On August 5, 2015, Tulsa County Judge Bill Musselman ruled that documents concerning the case be made public. These documents were released the following day, albeit redacted to protect the identities of the victims and sensitive information. Robert Bever eventually pleaded guilty to all counts on September 7, 2016. His guilty plea resulted in 5 life sentences without the possibility of parole, along with an additional life term. This decision was a significant moment in the case, as it spared the community the ordeal of a lengthy trial and ensured that Robert would spend the rest of his life behind bars. Michael Bever's trial began on April 16, 2018. Unlike his brother, Michael chose to contest the charges, leading to a full trial. The trial was a harrowing experience for all involved, as the details of the brutal murders were laid bare in court. On May 9, 2018, Michael was found guilty of all charges. On August 9, 2018, he was sentenced to 5 life sentences with the possibility of parole. On July 15, 2019, Robert Bever attempted to attack 2 staff members at the Joseph Harp Correctional Center. The incident, which took place around 4:36 p.m. in the prison day room, highlighted Robert's continued violent tendencies. As a result of this attack, Robert was sentenced to 3 additional life terms on November 17, 2020, bringing his total number of life sentences to 9. Robert Bever is currently housed in the Joseph Harp Correctional Center, while Michael Bever is in the Lexington Correctional Center. Both correctional centers are located in Lexington, Oklahoma. The legal proceedings and trial of the Bever brothers were marked by a series of dramatic developments, from their initial not guilty pleas to Robert's eventual guilty plea and Michael's full trial. The additional life sentences handed to Robert following his violent behavior in prison further underscored the ongoing threat he posed. The Bever brothers' case remains a chilling reminder of the depths of human depravity and the enduring impact of their actions on the Broken Arrow community. Changes to the Bever family house and the whereabouts of the surviving siblings. In the quiet suburb of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, the Bever family home once stood as an emblem of suburban normalcy. However, in the wake of the chilling events of July 22, the house was transformed into a macabre landmark, a house of horrors that haunted the community's collective memory. The tragedy that unfolded within its walls became the stuff of urban legend, a dark tale whispered about in hushed tones. As the grim reality of the Bever brothers' crimes settled over the town, the house itself took on a ghastly second life. It became a magnet for the morbidly curious, drawing teenagers and onlookers to its doors. The residence, once a sanctuary for a family, now stood as a twisted tourist attraction, a tangible reminder of the night that 5 lives were brutally extinguished. The community's unease grew with each passing day. The sight of the Bever house, looming ominously on the street, became unbearable. There was a collective outcry for action, a desperate need to reclaim the space from the shadows of its past. The people of Broken Arrow were united in their conviction. The house should not exist anymore. They yearned not just for demolition, but for a transformation that could mend the fabric of their neighborhood, torn by tragedy. In a powerful response to the community's wishes, plans were set in motion to replace the site of sorrow with a symbol of serenity. The house's fate was sealed when, one night, flames consumed the structure. The blaze that reduced the Bever home to ashes was suspected to be the result of arson, though the exact cause remained shrouded in mystery, much like the motives that drove the brothers to their unspeakable acts. From the ashes of this devastation, a new vision for the site emerged. In 2019, Reflection Park was officially opened, a serene and contemplative space that stood in stark contrast to the violence that once permeated the area. Where the Bever family home once stood, now there were open skies, gentle grass, and the quiet murmur of life moving forward. Reflection Park became a place of solace and remembrance, a physical and symbolic gesture of the community's resilience. It was a place where the memories of the lost could be honored, where the living could find peace, and where the darkness of the past was replaced by the light of hope. The park, with its tranquil setting, served as a testament to the idea that from the depths of despair, a community could rise again, stronger and more united than ever before. 2 siblings, Crystal Bever and her youngest sister, survived the brutal assault. Crystal, who was critically injured, displayed remarkable resilience and courage. Despite sustaining severe injuries, she managed to escape the house and was eventually rescued by law enforcement. The youngest sibling, a 2-year-old girl named Autumn, emerged unharmed from the nightmarish events, as the brothers' plans to harm her were interrupted. Following the tragic events, the surviving siblings were placed in state custody and later with a caregiver. The community has shown strong support for the surviving sisters, focusing on their healing and recovery from the profound trauma they endured. While their current whereabouts have not been publicly disclosed, it is clear that they remain the focus of the community's support and remembrance.
So this was the story of Bever Brothers. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get all the notifications about our new true crime stories. Also, share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video. Until then, have a good day and be safe.